Devin, your first time with West Virginia at the TBT. What's your impression of the team? Obviously, you know these guys. You've known these guys for a while.
Yeah. Of course, I have a good relationship with a lot of guys, that's there. Also the guys that came after. I was actually there last year helping them train for the TBT. So this year, I decided it was the best time for me to play as far as my schedule was going on and in the summertime with my training and also with my family. So I'm just excited to get the opportunity.
Dev, I think your internet cut out there at the end of that last part of your question. Can you repeat just that last part? You said you're familiar with the guys and you're helping them train.
Yeah. I was helping them train last year for TBT. And as I was saying, my schedule is pretty hectic sometimes in the summer. And, this year I was, able to get some free time and, come and play with my guys to help them win this TBT, hopefully.
So Devin, start with your game. Obviously, it's been a while since Mountaineer fans saw you in person. How have you changed in the last decade, personally and in terms of your game?
Well, for me, the growth of my game is definitely not what it was back in West Virginia. Back in West Virginia, I played more of a role, defensive stopper and, rebounding. And I scored, in bunches, here and there. We also, had Deshaun Butler at the time. So, for my role, at West Virginia, I was more of a, this defensive guy, contribute to the team in other ways. But, as a professional now, I've led every country I've played in scoring every single year except for Greece, because COVID happened and I came, later on in the season. But I'm very much offensive threat. I was pretty much that, coming into West Virginia, as a high recruit. So I just, as a professional game, it calls for me to score more.
Devin, every time we talk with John and Kevin, they always bring up the fact that, not a lot of guys get this opportunity to play with old teammates or from people, from different generations of the program they played at in college. So just what's the excitement like to, of course, get back on the court with your former teammates, but with some guys who you didn't actually have the chance to play with, but still West Virginia alum as well?
Well, yeah, it's always exciting to go back and play with those guys. As I said, I was there last year. And I want to say maybe 3 years, before last year I was there. I try to get down there as much as I can. But, I feel like when I come back, we just pick up where we left off in terms of chemistry and our relationships. And obviously that translates onto the basketball court. And for the younger guys that I didn't get a chance to play with, but I obviously have a good relationship with them as well, know them. And I know their games. So, it'll be an easy fit for everybody. And I think I'm actually that missing piece that could, hopefully get us further into this TV tournament.
You've had the privilege of playing on all sorts of different continents in all different countries. Does playing in different leagues like that do you add different pieces to your game when you show up in a new league, or are you just showing up? Because you said you're leading scoring, pretty much every season.
Yeah. For me, like I said, the way my professional career has been, especially, overseas, as well, the NBA, I was a piece, like in West Virginia, I was a part of a role. But as far as overseas has been concerned, I've been more of a offensive threat, been, given a lot more responsibility that I have to carry. Like this year, we actually won a championship with the team I was in Bahrain. First time they won in 3 years. And I was in a role where I pretty much had to, carry a lot of their offensive load and obviously defensive well. I didn't lose my defensive tendencies, but I know folks in West Virginia and probably around the country. Everybody will see that I added to my game.
So Devin, in watching the TBT, is the style different? I mean, what's the adjustment like in this tournament?
For me, it would be the ending of the game for sure. This would be my first time, with the Ibram ending. Just adjusting to that is going to be, I'm sure, a little awkward at first, but we're all basketball players, and watching TBT since it started. I kept us concerned. It's pretty much normal professional play. So I think just the ending part of it, it throws more gas on the field that you got to get stops or you need to score here, So it makes every possession important. So that would be a different spin.
So Devin, you said just a minute ago, you thought maybe you could be the missing piece for this West Virginia team to take it a little farther in TBT action. What do you think you bring that this team hasn't had in the past couple of years it's competed in this tournament?
Well, I don't necessarily think it's, one particular thing. Like you've had guys like Deshaun Butler and obviously Kevin Jones there, John Flowers, and the list goes on as far as experience. But what I bring is, I think it's more of a dynamic of, inside out game and, being able to switch defenders onto little guys and big guys. I'm like a player that's in today's, modern NBA, I would say. It's positionless basketball. Where in the past, I noticed West Virginia, we're, pretty a traditional team where we have a set 5, a set 4, a set 3. I feel with me, if you even look back at game tape in West Virginia days, I played point guard when Truck came out, So there's times where I might be running the offense as well. Or, they may need me to defend somebody who's scoring a little bit too much, or maybe need me to take a more offensive role. Whatever I need to do, I know I'm coming in as a piece as well. I'm not coming in with the whole burden on my shoulders, and I got guys I can trust. So I'll be happy to get back with them. And like I said, I think I'm that missing piece to get us further.
Devin, who do you think the tougher coach is to play for? Bob Huggins, Phil Jackson, or James Long?
James Long, easily. He puts a lot of demand on these guys at TBT. I got to experience a little bit of James last year. And he takes this very serious, man. I would give him his credit. Obviously he's a head coach, and I know he got a new job. But I'm excited to get down there. Of course, see my guy Bobby Huggs and everybody down there as well. So it'll be a good time.
So Devin, how often do you think or get asked about the Final Four run? How often does that come up?
Well, probably not as much now. But obviously I got asked a lot whenever I go back to West Virginia, or just some fans on Twitter, but not so much nowadays. It's more like, are you still playing? Like type of thing. We're getting older now, so guys, and we're overseas as well, so it's hard to keep up with us. So, but no, if you come to my house here, I have a whole man cave with a lot of memorabilia and stuff. So, it's nice to hear about those things and tell stories to guys. I actually posted our Final Four ring a couple of days ago on Instagram.
So Devin, along those lines, obviously you won't be playing at the Coliseum, but you will be playing in the state of West Virginia, just a little farther south. What do you think that experience is going to be like to get back in front of some of these Mountaineer fans who just have the opportunity to also play in this state once again?
I know it's going to be great. For me personally, I've always thought that West Virginia has one of the best college fan bases out there. And it's probably the reason why I went there. Growing up, I watched West Virginia a lot before even committing. And I always just say they had a good crowd. And obviously when I got to experience it, it was just second to none, really. So just happy to get in front of those people again. I'm sure the support is going to be good, and they'll be happy to see me, and I'll be happy to see them. And I know it's been a long time since they've seen me. and I'm anxious to show them a different side of my game.
Devin, have you watched a lot of or played with a lot of the newer guys? I mean, obviously John, KJ, Deshaun, they were on the same team as you, but like Jawan and Jayshawn, these are guys that came a little bit afterwards. Do you have an analysis on their style of play?
Well, funny thing about that is I've played with Jayshawn 2 years ago in Puerto Rico. He just got like 2 years middle. Well, it was the year after the COVID season. Sorry, and I have a good understanding of how he plays. I've played with. Hello.
Can you repeat that? Because it sounded like your internet dropped out, and it just sounded like a robot.
Okay. I was saying, I've played where he is now about a year and a half ago, so I know his game pretty well. And Jawan and guys that I've also played against in West Virginia. It's not. I don't think it'll be too much of a chemistry thing with us. I think we'll all just fall right back in because I do actually have experience. It's just the West Virginia faithful don't really know it.
David, I'm good. That's Devin. Thank you for everything.
No,
Angelica may have something. I don't want to cut everybody else off.
No, same here. Thank you. We appreciate it, Evan.
No, thanks,
Thanks,
you guys.
Dev.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate everybody coming on as usual, and